Hey, what's going on everybody? Brett here, my YouTube channel is Good Talk Gaming, and we're back playing some more Battle Brothers Beast and Exploration DLC Let's Play. Alright, picking up where we left off last time, exactly where we left off last time, and we're on day 164, it's midday, and we've got a contract to come up here and kill some orcs from like way down here somewhere. It's a lot of orc young, and if you remember from the end of the last episode, they kind of fled. They sent like most of their group and they ran away, and we're going to chase them through the woods. I don't know exactly where they are. I haven't unpaused the game yet. But we're going to hunt them down, then come back and finish off the homestead. For, super easy quest, we could just beat these guys. There's only a few of them left in here. But I would actually like to fight some of the orc young. It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to beat up on some orcs. And we shouldn't underestimate them. They're pretty dangerous in melee, but we have the tools to take them out. Okay, so before we get started, we had a name request from a subscriber. Let's see, which one of these is Oz? So, man, it's hard for me to remember. Oh yeah, Oz the Ballless. Yeah, that's right. So Oz, subscriber, and he requested that our new noble be named Sir Chris the Realist. Said it was kind of an inside joke to his buddy. I assume it has something to do with the fact that this dude is a pessimist. And yeah, so nice one. I like the idea of having two friends in real life on the same team in Battle Brothers. That's pretty cool. And we still actually have a few unnamed characters in our group, namely Raymond, and I think Edgel as well is not a subscriber name. So we have a few available names. If you're out there, you're subscribed, or you're thinking about subscribing and you want one of the characters named after you or a buddy, just let me know, and I will certainly change that for you. Okay, guys. Let's do it. I made some minor changes to our armor. Yeah, we're going to be fighting them in the forest as well, so that could be in our favor or not. Really depends on how we end up deploying. But I made some minor changes to our armor situation. I went ahead and gave the heavier lamellar armor to Varandox and Sir Chris. I am going to value the extra like 90 durability over the, 15 fatigue. And that's because I want to keep these guys alive. I don't mind so much whether or not they're able to swing twice in 4 turns, over the fact that they'll be able to take an extra hit or two in the front line. Probably about 2 extra hits when you're talking like 90 durability. But anyway, alright, let's start taking some of these shots. That's not great. We'll wait on that. Perfect. 82. Oh man, crossbows are so effective against orcs. And we'll see if we can do something with that. And we're going to send Lance and Hondo up and around. We can hide some of this foliage so we can actually see what's going on here. Yeah, and we'll put up a nice spear wall. That'll help us a lot. I'm not sure if they'll quite make it into combat with us this turn. But I think for sure if we spear wall, they're going to want to wait. And that'll buy us an entire extra turn. We'll hold off. We can't reach anyone with javelins quite yet. But we certainly would like to get another kill. And we'll take the shots. Our chances of hitting there was basically none. 11% chance. Okay. And we have a pretty big vulnerability here in the center, thanks to our lack of spear wall, because of our current rotations with our newer brothers. But that's okay. It's kind of a funnel. The AI is going to want to jump in on Aracel, but Aracel is not to be trifled with. He is a sword master. And we're missing these like humongous 92% chance shots from Oz. That feels pretty bad. Because the thing about fighting Orc Young is they do a lot of damage, but they're pretty easy to kill generally. But if you can start damaging them like this, their morale is pretty weak. Wow, and they're going to actually attempt to block me off. It's a nice little strategy there from the AI. Almost have that kill. We want to get the kills because then we get the resets on our Berserk. Nice. And I think we can throw some javelins here. And then, unfortunate. And we'll throw some more. Nice. So we hit one of them. Not too bad. Oh no, we can't get up on this high ground. Okay, if we can't get up on the high ground, we're going to sit back here. We're not going to stand next to the high ground and let the orcs take it and then beat us. If they want to fight us, they need to come into melee with Hondo on even footing. And we're going to not Indomitable. We're just going to hope that this orc young with a hand axe can't one-shot Lance. And I think that's a pretty safe assumption. Alright. Yeah, we expected the charge. The charge is annoying, but it doesn't do damage. He charged in and hit us, which sucks. So Hondo is now stunned. Alright. We're doing just fine, guys. This is all pretty standard. We finally hit with Oz. We should be able to shoot these guys off of us, essentially. Yeah, and there they go. One down. Perfect. Reload and do it again. This is why I love fighting the orcs, because they're such like a meaty target for everything we do. We're going to pass on the Indomitable once again. Unfortunately, Hondo was stunned out of his turn, otherwise he'd be dealing some serious damage here. Wow, double misses into hits. And I think here we move up. We're going to lock these dudes down and we're going to mess with their morale pretty hard. And we're going to get our spearmen kind of sitting in this position. Can we move up and take a shot? We cannot. So I think we're past the ye old javelin phase. You know what? Let's Indomitable. I don't know how much longer this battle is going to go. No point in risking Lance. The only person I'm slightly worried about right now is Hondo, but when he's able to take his first swing, things should be going pretty well for him. Do we have a line of sight? We don't. Dang. Okay. Move in here with Aerosol. Hopefully we don't get bopped on the head with this cudgel. Okay. Not too shabby. Only 8 enemies left. 2 of them we can see are routing, and now we're going to get a big round swing. Nice. That's why Hondo's dangerous, guys. Check out that damage. Half life on 3 guys. And because he hit them, he got reach advantage, so that's going to give him some... Ooh, let's take that shot. It's going to give him some nice defensive buffs. Alright. Our Javelin's letting us still be effective at this part of the battle, where everyone's just kind of packed together in the forest. Move up here. I'm going to move down with Edgel, see if he can... I didn't quite get him. Should be a dead or routing orc is what I was thinking. Didn't quite get him. Can't move here. Can't shoot. There's not much left. I think we can pretty much see everyone that's left on the battlefield. Wouldn't be surprised if some of them started to run. But we maybe need to start moving down. Okay, let's see what they do. They're still being aggressive. Interesting. Because we moved Edgel, unfortunately, we lost our lone wolf. But now we can take a shot here. Lone wolf, of course, is providing defensive buffs, which are very useful when you're surrounded, obviously. I was about to say, don't stun me. That's the one thing I don't want to see on Hondo, is a stun. Yeah, we can't do anything. Okay. Expecting Lance to get the finishing blow there. Yeah, it all just depends on what Hondo does here, whether or not this becomes a scary battle. Yeah, that felt pretty good. If we have quick hands, we can just pop that out. Jump into melee here, force him to run. Yeah, that seems good. And I don't think we're going to be able to catch that dude. Unless we drop dogs. We're going to run him down. One of my kids heard me say the phrase pop dogs and they were like, what are you talking about, Dad? I was like, yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense. It only makes sense in video games. And even then, only barely. Get the kill? No. Alright. Alright, Tedium. We get that kill. No, I was hoping we'd have enough fatigue to move up, but we don't. That's okay. I mean, we could catch this dude. For sure. Should keep moving up. Alright, the orc got him a little... The dog got him a little bit with the orc armor. We need to get some of our heavy hitters in there, else this is going to take all day. And we still have to fight another little group after this. Hopefully it won't be in the forest. We can do some real fighting. Man, I can't wait to get rid of that bow. I've been counting on eventually getting the Bowyer event to proc with Egil, but it just hasn't happened yet. I just can't step up. Dang. I was kind of hoping to see what the Mastercraft stuff was like. Okay, I think we're going to catch him now. Super annoying, super annoying. Come on, let's go. It's not a complete waste of time. His weapon is actually pretty valuable. I think it sells, when it's fully repaired in a decent place, it sells for a couple hundred crowns. I think like 200 or so. It's like a giant man cleaver or something like that. Very orky sounding name. I hate leaving action points on the table. We finally have at least one brother in there. So when he tries to run, we'll be able to get some real shots on him. Alright, finished. And I don't think we got the weapon. Dang, that's annoying. It's this one right here, the head chopper. That's what it is. And it's worth quite a bit. All of these are worth quite a bit if you're willing to repair them and hold on to them. Okay, now we can go back here and actually finish our quest. When we left them, they were just some orc young. Yeah. And let's see if we can get out of the forest and approach them from the open plains. I think that does make a difference. I think the approaching makes a difference into like where you fight. It's not always necessarily where the place itself is settled, although it could be. There are so many little intricacies to this game. I feel like I need to look up. I don't claim to be a master of this game at all, guys. I'm just a guy who's beaten it a few times, who really likes to play it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to come forward any better than this turn. So we'll take our shots. You never know. Get lucky sometimes. Yeah, there's only 5 of them. They're just going to hang out back there? Yeah, these guys, if they start to run, we'll just let them. And they may very well start to run once we kill these 2. Even with shields, we still have pretty good chances of hitting them. Let's chase with Hondo and Lance. And maybe Aerosol. Give ourselves some of that high ground vision. Okay. None of this really matters. I mean, it's 3 Orc Young. One of them we can see he doesn't even have armor or a shield of any description. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we could very easily dispatch him. There we go. And I'm kind of hoping they run at this point. I don't want to have to chase these dudes down. Wow, we're hitting these like ridiculous shots that we probably shouldn't be able to hit. Yeah, if we hit that one, I was going to be absolutely shocked. Well, I did want to fight orcs. I wanted it to be kind of a fun challenge. Out of the bushes, we get ambushed. That's crazy. Well, they've given me some targets, but unfortunately, dude's got a nice shield. Very surprised they wanted to stand and fight with us. Yeah, we're not going to have a shot since we're in melee with them now. But we can try and go around. Although we'll probably have them dead before we get there. They do have the high ground though, which should not be underestimated. Alright, double overwhelm on him before he got a chance to attack. That feels pretty good. They're both hurt. Get him, Lance. Okay. We need one of these javelins to hit. Nice. Good pick. Can you step up? No. That would have been good. But he's running. I mean, the battle's over, guys. It's just a matter of whether or not we can do this quickly. And since we have 2 new brothers in our party, we should definitely take the experience where we can. Should be it with Aerosol. Yep. Okay. Loot, loot, loot. Some amber to trade, some more weapons we don't really need. Yeah, not great loot. But you add them both together, you add all the experience together, and you add the amount that we're going to get paid for this contract. Oh, another brother? Oh, we did this. This is how we got Steezy, I think. Or was Steezy from a spider or something like that? It's hard to remember. But let's read it. A man in tattered and dented armor comes sprinting towards you. His arms are tied behind his back. You did it, I can't believe it. Sorry, let me explain my immodesty. I was captured by the orcs a day ago as we tried to take the camp. I think they were about to put me on a spit when you showed up. I took the first moment I could to escape, but now I see you and your group might be worth joining. You asked the man to get to the point, he does. I'd like to fight for you, sir. I've got experience, been with the Lord's army, a mercenary, and, well, other things. We'll add him to the company, and if he sucks, we'll tell him to go away. So that's simple as that. We're here picking up dudes. And he's an adventurous noble with iron lungs. Death Wish. Oh my god, that's a good one. He's got 2 stars in melee and 3 stars in health. Oh my god, this dude is awesome. And he comes with a male hauberk. Oh, I'm so I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. Sir Steinhardt the Survivor. Oh my god, you got to get in here, buddy. We got to get you in. What are we doing with you? That's our... Oh my god, what are we going to do? What are we doing? We're going to mess up his fatigue pretty bad if we try and put him in some really heavy stuff and give him really heavy weapons. What should we do? A flail is not a bad weapon at this point. We don't have... We have arming swords. We have brothers in reserve with noble swords. If that's the route we want to go. We can give him Steezy's sword for now. And he's leveled as well. Oh my god, that's great. Okay, we'll take Student for sure. And he has 3 points in hit points. So we're going to take Colossus. He could end up having like 120 hit points. And just be an absolute monster. Oh, plus 4 fatigue recovery every turn is huge. I could see him being another excellent one-hander. That's why I instantly gave him the axe. Yeah, a 5 roll in HP, that's huge, and a 3 roll in melee attack, that's also huge. His range defense is basically non-existent, so I think we're going to pump that at least once. He has super high initiative, so something like dodge might also be great for him, but once he starts putting on heavier and heavier armor, it won't be so great. Still nice to have high initiative, but it's not going to be a factor later on. What a great brother. Let's see, he has another level. Yeah, we have to take a 4 in fatigue, 3 there, and another 5 here. These are all so good. I mean, all of his rolls are fantastic. I probably won't pump him too hard into hit points. Just because I value melee defense, melee attack, and fatigue is probably the 3 highest priority things that we need to pump. But I mean, he's going to get huge hit points with 3 stars. Whenever we see something like a 6 roll, we're going to take that all day long and just get him to be just absolutely monstrous. Because he also has... Hold on, let me check that out. That's fine. He also has Death Wish. So, like, he just doesn't care about getting injured. His resolve's not gonna falter. Yeah, we got to get him in the battle. Hook him up like that. We can give him a dagger. That's kind of why we held on to all these daggers, guys. Give Steezy back his sword. Who can we switch out? I really don't want to take out Aracel. Isaac. Bernfried. I mean, we're talking some really solid brothers here to remove. Because we don't want to like greatly diminish the strength of our party. But I think we can substitute Isaac for now. That seems fine. Okay. Alright guys, this is worth a shot, I think. We could always, in the short term, give him a kite shield and spear. To just try and get him to survive. into the late game. So guys, if you're out there, if you're a long-time subscriber, and long time I mean like in the last few months, and you haven't given me a name suggestion yet, I would love to get someone new. We've gotten a few like repeat subscriber names, but if you're out there, you're a subscriber, you've been subscribed for a long time, you want this character, this is our first powerhouse character. Some of our others are very solid, you know, like Lance. I mean, he has 3 stars in melee attack, for God's sakes. And Hondo is also quite good. We have good brothers, but this guy might be our first superstar. So if you haven't given me a name suggestion yet, please consider doing that. I would love to get him something cool. I like Steinhardt. I mean, that's a pretty good name. That's honestly pretty close to my last name. So, it's kind of cool. I'm so happy. Alright. And it even came with some decent armor that we don't necessarily have to get him out of. We could put him in something a little bit better. What is this? 140? It's even not quite as good. We could put him in... That would really tank his fatigue to give him this Lamellar harness. But it might be worth it. Like I said, we just want them to survive the early battles. We don't necessarily need them to do the damage for us. They're there to survive. And I think that's fine. I'm so happy we now have brothers to level. And I would love to be able to work Steezy in here somewhere too. I think if we're going to work in Steezy, that means we need to pull out one of our archers. That might be Ramen. I think something like that. I kind of still want that Falcon. Okay, we can just switch some things up. This is no big deal. This is how you play Battle Brothers, guys. For those of you who, you know, I've had pretty easy set stuff for a while, but when you start getting to this stage, you really need to be able to move assets around. You need to have backup gear, like we've been kind of carrying this whole time. And man, I'm so happy. An adventurous noble. I was expecting that dude to be like a caravan hand or a deserter or something with some really bad traits, and instead he was just an absolute boss. That is great. So I think there's room in our company for one more guy. Ooh, Goblin Raiders. We may need to take this fight simply because we're going to need the cash. Our daily wages come out to about 409 crowns a day, which is pretty expensive. We need to be making sure that we're constantly making money, and we can't pass up, you know, quote-unquote free fights like this. Also, let's make sure we're repairing some of these valuable orc weapons when we have the chance. We picked up a lot of cheap tools. Alright guys, 13 Goblin Raiders shouldn't be anything for us. As long as we're not fighting them at night. I think we made it exactly at dusk. Ooh, look at this weird little high ground. Alright, let's... Ooh, they jumped in on us. God, I hate how far these things can move. We could definitely take this high ground, or at least contest them on it, and use Lance and Hondo to hold back a large chunk of these dudes, but they're very vulnerable to ranged fire. 68. Yeah. That sucked. Yeah, if we can get this dude out of Lance's way, then we can move forward with Lance and get more aggressive. Missing those shots feels pretty... Whoa, 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 whoa. Can we not climb that? Oh my god, it's a double. Well, that sucks, guys. We're going to take this little lip here, because I think they're going to want to get up there. And we're going to move forward with Sir Steinhardt. And hope that we can do something. We need to be thinking pretty defensive here. Pull out that wing mace. Nice hit. So these units aren't very dangerous, but you have to kill them twice essentially, which makes them a little bit dangerous. We don't have enough to pull out our fighting axe. It's kind of miserable. But at the very least, we're heavily armored. Spear walls work great against these guys. And they got some hits on Lance. We just need to be able to get the attacks off. Alright, new brother's taking damage. This is kind of trial by fire. Let's see if they can do what I need them to do. Nice. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Perfect. And the wolf now is hurting me. Yeah, and he's got a pierced side. So let's just take this opportunity to move up closer to the fight. And we can take a bit of a round swing here with Lance. Crushed. Okay. And a nice round swing here. Okay. We needed to kill one to get our Berserk. Varandox needs to switch out to his fighting axe. Nice. We just needed to hit him. Can't see anything. Damn it, we missed with Sir Chris. Get in here, Steezy. Do your stuff. Was trying to make him rout. Was kind of what I was going for. Pull out our banner. I can't see anything. Yeah, we'll step up. Ragnar has a lot of armor and a lot of health compared to a standard standard like ranged character. He can also help to soak some hits off of Chris, hopefully. Just need to get our new brothers through this fight. Let them heal up, get some experience. Every level that goes by, I mean, these type of characters with these type of stats, every level that goes by, they're just exponentially stronger than our fisherman bros were at the same level. When they hit 11, they're going to be absolutely monstrous. They're going to be in the same caliber as Lance. Yeah, we're gonna take the pressure off of them. See if we can get a nice pick up here. Dang. Nice. Okay. Let's lock these dudes down. Wow, we actually have a line of sight here, and we'll take it. That's perfect. No, Ragnar. Ragnar has failed us. That'll work. Good job, Aerosel. Steezy gets in on the action with the Noble Sword. And Hondo is going to use his Berserk to get those kills for us. And there is another little goblin here that Sir Chris can whack on the head. Yeah, we're going to aim for the one that's not routing. And I don't think we can hit this guy. I think we're too high up. Yeah, we are. Okay. Can we get down? We can't. Okay. So I would not be surprised if some of them on the outskirts now start running. I think this battle's pretty much over. They're going to try to escape at some point. Yeah, they're out of here. They're peacing out. And they have the ability to jump away from us. Nice. Take an aim shot. Nailed him. Not sure if we get like half experience, but taking out the Goblin Rider makes the wolf come into melee. That's interesting. I didn't know that. It's very thematic. It's like the Goblin was the one in control the whole time. Can we take a shot now? We can. We can switch it up. Yeah, there's just no way we catch these guys unless we really want to and use dogs. I just don't think. That's just not necessary. Very cool little fight, though. It's not very often that you get to, oh, that's nice. It's not very often that you get to fight kind of a weird high ground battle like this, where you get to, like, fight over the high ground in the center of the map. Sucks to do it against Wolf Riders because they have such high speed and movement that they're going to get there first, pretty much no matter what. Just pass. I don't think we need much help to kill two little goblins all alone. Down goes one. Yeah, he's routing as well now. Hondo should be able to kill this last one. And then, yeah, that's it. And we got 2 levels. Not a lot of loot. And we're going to have to repair quite a bit. But good battle for our new bros. And now we get a chance to level Sir Chris. Sir Chris. We'll see what he gets. Nice 3 roll there. Nice 3 roll there. And I think we have to take a 4 in fatigue as well. We want to get his range defense up, but at least for the moment, he's using a kite shield, and that should serve him well. So Varandox is the one that we wanted to give quick hands to, because we're making him according to the suggested build of the subscriber who wanted this name. So he wanted to have a Javelin Bro with some different kind of skills, and I can appreciate that. So we're going to do quick hands first. Ooh, do we want to do quick hands though? So we're going to go, this is what I'm thinking, guys. Quick hands plus throwing mastery. And then after that, we can give him a lot of movement, or a lot of these like top tier, like Killing Frenzy, Headhunter type of effects. Probably going to give him Battle Forge no matter what. And some very interesting stuff like maybe Footwork, and what's the other one? Rotation. Stuff like that, and give him a lot of movement. Would also probably like to give him Shield Expert as well. But you know what? Let's give him Throwing Mastery. He's going to be our, whenever we get a chance, we're going to get him that, and he's going to be our Javelin Bro. And I think that's going to be very cool. And something different. Something new and something different to do. Okay. But Sir Chris is going to be, I think, a super tanky Rockstar type guy. How do we want to build that? Colossus is fine. 9 lives is fine. I prefer Colossus because it reduces the chance to sustain injuries. Whereas 9 lives only procs whenever you're going to die. And to be honest, most of the time when you get hit with 9 lives, they just hit you again and you die. So it's not always the best. I prefer Colossus, especially on a tanky character. Recover is also very good. Yeah, let's go with Colossus. I think that's just a great early perk to help keep him alive. That gives him an extra 12 HP right off the bat, and he's also less likely to be injured. So that's great for keeping an early brother alive. And now we're into Steezy, who, you know what, Steezy, who's got that great axe? We're gonna take the great axe from Varandox, and we're gonna give it to Steezy. I wanted him to have a fighting axe for a long time, and I think that's a good choice for him. Let's see what kind of rolls he gets. Love a 3 roll. And man, he has such poor HP and fatigue. I feel like we have to take those. even over like a 2-roll in melee skill. We need to get him up just a bit to make sure that he survives combat. But we can make him an Axe Master. He'll be our first Axe Master. So I'm just kind of reading what it does. He does extra split damage to shields. It'll build up less fatigue when he uses an axe. But that's pretty cool. So he's got the fighting axe. That's like a tier 3 weapon. And I think that's going to be a good choice for him. Boom. At the very least it's fun and it's different. And that's enough for me right now. I think that's cool. Alright. So our 3 new brothers. We have Sir Steinhardt the Survivor, Varendox Hedge Knight, Sir Chris the Realist, and Steezy. We've got all 4 of our new brothers in. That feels great. Let's head back to town. All the way down to Suitfest. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you going? Suitfest. And see what we can get up to. So now we're ready to take on fights where we're going to lose brothers. Honestly, the reason you take on extra brothers is because you think your current brothers are going to die. And the odds of that are actually pretty high when we start fighting things like Lindworm and Hexes and Alps and stuff on a regular basis, and big parties of orcs and undead. We're going to take these brigands just because they're free experience and extra loot. Once again, we have a pretty high payday to meet. Look at this one tree just like messing up our best shots. That's pretty... Both of these dudes managed to deploy behind the tree. Should have just taken an aim shot probably at the archers. Wow, and they nail us with a kite shield for real. That's okay. Some of these dudes have like negative range defense. So it's kinda to be expected. But anyway, let's take these 80% aim shots on these archers, and let's miss. And we're just going to tuck in here. There's not enough of them. We don't need really low chance shots here. Let's throw and just kind of hope that our misses do stuff. And we'll send Hondo out to scare their back line. Spear wall here, funnel them in. Dang, we're missing all of our shots. That sucks. We'll get Steezy out behind this bush. Gives him a bit of cover. You know what? And, kind of screw it, basically. Let's get Lance in there. He'll use his Indomitable. And... yeah, he'll be fine. Kill the crossbowmen. Once we get quick hands on, I think it's Varendox, he'll be a much more effective javelin thrower. And he's going to get a chance to go. We missed way too many shots. I was about to say, if someone dies there, it would be horrible. Pure RNG. Okay. Alright, Aracel, start chopping. We're going to move in on this dude just so he has to change weapons. Nice. Causing a bit of a rout. I think we can smash him in one hit, and that'll reset for us. Nothing came of that, but that would have been cool had we got a double. Nice. Very cool to get some javelin kills. Alright, Sir Chris, pull out that mace. Let's let Lance go one-on-one for the time being. He's got the armor. Good hits. Alright, crossbow, what you got? Step down here, we can. Now we have a clear line of sight. That bush did more work for them than all of the shields that they possessed. Can't step in and still take a hit. Or take a swing, rather. Alright, so we're getting a mass route going. Could have knocked him off the hill, but he's routing. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, super nice little easy fight. Even more experience for our new bros. That's pretty much all we care about right now. I'm very happy, guys. I would love to get even more diverse groups of top tier brothers for us. But 2 adventurous nobles and a hedge knight, and even Steezy, it's easy to forget that Steezy is a retired soldier. That's a pretty desirable mid-game bro. Nice, very nice. Extra couple 100 crowns for us. And we're heading to a major city. There we go. They might like us enough to give us some decent prices here. Check our old reliable shield method and see where we're at. 17 is not bad. I think that's about respectable enough that we can sell off a lot of our junk. They also have decent prices for tools as well. So I'm happy to see that. Okay. Arming swords can go, flails can go. All orc weapons, which we took the time to repair, getting about 200 apiece. Feels pretty good. And we're holding on to our axes. I want to make a bit of a stockpile for when it's finally time for us to fight the Scrats. I think is how you pronounce their name. And we'll sell off one of these two-handed flails. I can't imagine we'll want 2 of those at any point. But when it's time to fight those Scrat dudes, we want to have axes. And I'm going to try and make sure that we do. Alright. And these are actually also pretty decent prices. Oh, that's not the one I meant to buy. On ammunition. So we'll take those. I think we just buy all the tools we can. And when it comes to food, we're at 4 days worth. Also, you know, we have to remember that our food... We need some early food. Is going to be stressed because we have so many brothers now. All of our provisions are going to be stressed because of that. They have some decent gear in this marketplace. And the prices for buying are actually much better than even for selling. Let's see what the Fletcher is looking like. We still need one more warbow. Sucks that we don't have that yet. Oh my god. The Lustrous Worm Skin. It's a sweet armor. It's not like the toppest tier unique you can get, but boy is it good. They're selling it for such a huge price. This helmet, however, is one of the best helmets in the game. Sir Robert's Sallet with mail. Oh my god, these are 2 awesome ones. And finally we see here the coat of plates. But we spent all of our gold getting our 2 of our brothers in the last episode. If we hadn't done that, we could probably buy the helmet, which I would snap buy. Oh, it's so good. 321. And the coat of plates here are 320. Such a great helmet. Only 14 fatigue. When you compare how good this is compared to, like, let's say a full helm. I mean, just look at this. 321, 14 fatigue. It's also only -1 vision. So it's an unbelievably great crossbow helmet. God, what a sick helmet that is. It's got to be one of the best helmets in the game. Just all around versatility and stats. I can't imagine there's anything better than that. There's definitely nothing better than this for a crossbowman. Like, guaranteed. God, this stuff is so good. Even another Sellsword's armor would be a great upgrade for us at this point. But I'm happy, guys. I'm happy with what we have. We're rocking a lot of really good gear. We're not rich enough. Okay, let's see what this contract is for. Beasts. Beasts the size of trees. Oh god. And it's a triple skull? Okay. To that horrid tract. Okay, how much is your subject's worth to you? 263 for up to 12 heads. Okay, so they're going to want us to kill very specific creatures. See if they'll pay us more. Yeah, they will. Awesome. Scrats and Linworms? No. No. I'm going to decline this, guys. While I think we could kill some Linworms, I don't think we can kill the Scrats. And I think if we fought Linworms, we would die. I think we would lose brothers. Unnecessarily. Yeah, let's get some drinking going. Kind of tempting to do it again. Man, I was hoping it was like Unhold. It said giant creatures, so I was hoping there would be some Unhold nearby. So ever the downer, Varendok's Hedge Knight mopes around, wallowing in victory as good as any pissy pessimist could. He throws a dismissive hand out. We have tasted victory, and what of it? Our victory was their defeat. So it very well may be that one day someone else's victory is going to come at our expense, don't you see? Let us not put the cart in front of the horse, lest the shadows of morrow sneak upon us whilst we bask in the supposedly glorious light. A few sellswords tell him to stop being such a prick, but his blunt realism tempers the zeal of others. The worst part about pessimists is that they're usually right. That's hilarious, considering one of our brothers is literally named the Realist. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to head down to Strandekai and take a boat if they don't have a great quest for us, and head back up here because we need to try and finish our ambition. And the only way that's going to happen in like a relatively quick time period is if we start doing the contracts in and around that area. If we wanted to go exploring, I've been dying to see what's on the other side of these little like sand dunes. You'll see here we can cross here. That means there's some kind of land there. It could be something, it could be nothing, but I would love to find out. But we have to stay in contracts. It's a 3 days journey for 2K. And they're going to pay for our provisions. It's 3 days though. And they want us to go all the way up to, they said, did they say Brunenland? Is that where it is? So they want us to go into the heart of the land that we already want to go to anyway. So we were about, this is where you really have to start figuring things, guys. We were about to pay to travel probably to Steinwall. And that would have taken, I think, like a day. Or we can spend 3 days, get paid 2,000 crowns instead of having to pay, and end up in Brunenland, a much better city. I think they're honestly about equal. If we don't take any fights along the way, and of course we have to follow the road, so this is going to take forever. If we don't take any fights along the way, then we may end up losing money, and the time itself could be quite valuable as well. But I think we're going to accept it. It's essentially what we wanted to do anyway, and we're getting to do that now. These aren't great prices on amber, or else I would consider buying them before we head into the next town. That way we could try and make a profit. But they're also going to pay for our provisions, which are great. Okay, let's go. And they give us 6 extra caravan guards. Some caravan hands, probably 3 or 4 hands, and then probably 2 of the donkey carts. So our brothers are repairing, our brothers are healing, some of them have some injuries. And we may or may not get attacked along the way by goblins, brigands. This is kind of nice. They intentionally kind of don't travel at the same speed so you can't ever get lucky and stack. So we're getting paid to relocate. We were going to pay to relocate, but now we're getting paid to do it. Would be surprised if they attacked us. But it looks like they are not interested. We're just a little bit too strong, probably. They have a leader, so I would just hope we don't get attacked by something like monstrous that I don't actually want to fight. And more goblins. Oh god, what's happening? Ragnar asks you to enter Lord the War Dog into a local dog fighting circle. That sounds like an awful idea, but the man goes on to explain that a lot of money stands to be made in dog fighting. All the dog handler needs is an ante of 200 crowns. So early in the game, we had the same thing happen, the same event, and I think I was pretty much like no on principle. In real life, guys, I don't believe in dog fighting as a thing. There are certain animals that are mindless on this earth, that maybe they fight each other in the wild and stuff, but dogs are not those animals. So to make them like hyper aggressive and make them fight each other, I think is just miserable. But for the sake of this video, and the fact that this is a video game, and we have already kind of rejected this event, for the sake of just us knowing what happens, what the potential outcomes are, because for all we know, there's some moral lesson behind, you know, entering your dog and having it die. I mean, we could make some money, we could lose our dog. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's try it for the sake of us knowing what's on the other side of this. Let's say, alright, but I'm going with you. So you take a purse of crowns and follow Ragnar through a wind of darker and darker streets. Soon enough, there isn't much to see. Wet cobblestones, licked white by strobes of moonlight, lazily guide you into what depths the city hides from those who prefer the day. Suddenly, a torch flares up, and a man's face, afloat and disembodied in the dark, speaks out to you. That dog here for defiance? Ragnar nods. The stranger tilts the torch forward. Alright then, right this way, genteel men. Watch your step. All manner of piss goes downhill. Alright, let's do it. Oh my god. Following the man's torch through the dark, you come to a building with a sliding portal at its door. The stranger gives the door a pattern of knocks, and it pops open as if commanded by the final rap. You are ushered in, leering faces watching from the side as you enter. Immediately you hear the unsettling din of snarling and barking. This is what you're here for, right? Stairs lead you to the pits where a crowd huddles around a makeshift arena of dirt and wobbly fence posts. The action can't be seen yet, but off to the side are a pile of dead dogs, and beside them sit their killers, eyes wild, blood-frothing mouths agape, and horrified panting. As two dogs clash in the arena, you glance at Ragnar. Yeah, this is where in real life, had I managed to find myself in this situation, I'd be like, this is bad. Let's get the hell out of here. But we're gonna ante up. Let's see what happens. Ugh. We spend 200 crowns. After paying the ante of 200 crowns, you and Ragnar take Lord the War Dog inside the arena. Its eyes dart around, and as at its shoulder rests against your pant leg, you can feel a quickening heartbeat. Across from you stands your competition, a scummy-looking dog handler and a massive beast more wolf than dog. The mud is missing its bottom lip, displaying a jagged row of teeth, have been chiseled to be deadlier than they already are. Scabs and sores motto its crooked body, but the musculature of its frame is apparent, and Ragnar whispers that this will be ugly. Lord, the war dog yips and jabs forward, the mongrel bred with war in him, and with an outstretched hand you unleash your hound just as your opponent does his. Get him, boy. Oh my god. Lord, the war dog dies. Damn. The two dogs sprint across the arena. Lord, the war dog goes high and its opponent low. You watch in horror as the opponent's mutt shoots up from its low stance and clamps its jaws under Lord the War Dog's neck. They tumble across the arena, and in the violent momentum, Lord the War Dog's throat is ripped clean out. Blood sprays so fiercely that the audience jumps back to get away. The vicious mongrel returns to its owner and drops a rag of flesh and muscle at his feet. Lord stumbles across the dirt. It retches for breath, its throat puckering and wheezing and gargling. Ragnar jumps the fence and kneels beside the mutt. He tries to cover the wound, but it's no use. The dog stares at you as it dies. Damn it. Guys, that's it. That's why you don't dogfight. Unless you don't have a soul, in which case, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and dogfight. Even had we won crowns there, that meant the other dog died. So there's no real victory in something like that. I know when I was a kid, I probably said some naive, stupid things about dog fighting and cockfighting, stuff like that being cool. But I definitely know now as an adult that things like that are not cool. Sometimes it depends on where you grow up, the people you end up hanging out with. Sometimes that type of behavior is pretty pervasive. But I'm happy that I'm not a part of that. My kids will certainly grow up knowing that that dogs are not tools. Alright. Let's take our crowns. We're back in Bruneland, a place that we really love to be in. And now we have an abundance of contracts for the next episode. Kind of a depressing note to end today's episode on. Sorry about that, guys. I don't quite know what I'm agreeing to. Okay, follow the tracks. We'll accept that contract. It sounds easy. And our brothers are well rested. Let's go see what we're fighting before anything else happens. We're probably going to take all 3 of these contracts, to be honest. Depending on what they are. Just to see if we can't get our rep up. And fulfill this ambition. Finally become allied with this house. And we're following these tracks super duper far. Only to get into a fight with some raiders and marksmen. Which is honestly a great fight for us, considering how many new brothers we currently have on board. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I've been getting like a consistent 50, 60, 70 views on all of these videos. And that has me stoked. And I'm glad that a lot of you out there decided to subscribe after watching lots of my content. So I really appreciate it, guys. If you do subscribe for the first time, let me know who you are in the comments section. Tell me a little bit about yourself, whether or not you're playing along at home. And yeah, just introduce yourself. I'd like to know who you are. So without any further ado, guys, thank you so much. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.